Hi, my name is Dan. This is an acoustic guitar tutorial for the song Evidence by Josh Baldwin. It's off of his 2020 project called Evidence, the deluxe version. The song is in the key of G. It's at about 70 beats per minute. I've led it several times at my church now, and every time I lead it, after the service, somebody will come up to me and just tell me how much that song meant to them or had an impact on them during the service. So it's a great song to lead on a worship service. For the intro of the song actually starts on a G chord where there's a pads player, a keyboard player playing a G chord. So that's kind of ringing out. And so if you're playing by yourself, you could probably just have a G chord going. The strumming pattern is going to be something like this. Here it is with a G chord. And then when you start singing, you're actually going to start the verse on an E minor. So it's all throughout my history. So that was D over F sharp to a G. So it's E minor and then D over F sharp, and really all you have to do is hit the top string of it. You can hit maybe a couple if you want, but I don't typically hit all the strings on it. And I'm playing technically a D2 over F sharp. And then to the G. When I'm playing the D2 over F sharp, my thumb is hooked over the top and it's playing that bass note. It's also muting the A string at the same time. That just kind of helps me in case I accidentally hit that string, it's not going to ring out. And then for the G, I'm actually playing a G5 at this point, and I'm going to let my second finger mute the A string. So it's not so muddy. You could play the full version where you have your first finger on the second fret of the A, but there's not that big of a difference to me, so I typically don't play that. So here's that first line again. All throughout my history. Let's try that again. So it's E minor, D over F sharp, G. For the second line of the song, it's going to be A minor, G, and then D. So it's your faithfulness has walked beside me. So for the A minor, I'm actually playing an A minor 7. My thumb is lightly touching the E string just to kind of mute it in case I accidentally hit it. I don't want it to ring out. And then for the G, this time I'm going to play with just my third and fourth fingers. So my third finger is muting the A string. You could play your normal G5 if you want. And then for the D, I'm going to play this version of a D, which is found on the 3rd through the 5th frets. It's like a C chord, but moved up 2 frets. And I actually am playing a C over G kind of version of it. You could play a D this way, of course, or D suspended. So here's what that would sound like. Your faithfulness has walked beside me. I just don't like the sound of that as much as your faithfulness has walked beside me. And I'm kind of doing a hammer-on with my second finger on the 4th fret of the D string. Just to kind of add a little bit of interest. You don't have to do that, of course. For the next line of the song, you go back to the E minor. The winter storms made way for spring. So that's made way is D over F sharp again. And I would usually just emphasize that F sharp note again. For spring to G5. In every season, that was A minor to E minor. From where I'm standing. And so I will play the D this way again. So here's those last 2 lines again. The winter storms made way for spring. A minor in every season, E minor, from where D I'm standing. For the chorus of the song, I'm just going to play a G, and I'm playing my G with my 3rd and 4th fingers, and I'm letting my 3rd finger mute the A string, so it's not ringing out at all. So here's my G. I see the evidence on the word of. I'm going to play a C over G. And which is formed by keeping my third and fourth fingers where they're at and just playing my first finger on the B string's first fret and my second finger on the D string second fret. And once again, this third finger is still muting the A string. The third and fourth fingers have not moved. Here's the G, here's C over G. So that first part of the chorus is, I see the evidence of, and on the word of is that C over G, your goodness. And then I'm going to walk down to the E minor by playing that F sharp note and then E minor. On the walk down, you could go from your G to a D over F sharp to an E minor. But for me, it's just easier just to go from the G, play just that one note, and it's once again I'm muting the A string as my first finger hits this, or just don't hit the A string if you're that good, and just play the second fret F sharp, and then my E minor. In my E minor, normally I would play it like this, but I may not actually put my third finger down and just kind of really strum the top four thickest strings when I'm playing that E minor. I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life. Then I'm going to play a D all over my life to C. You can play your D this way, all over my life. So here it is again. I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life. All over my life. Sometimes when I'm playing my C or C over G is actually what I have formed here, I'll let my second finger on the D string just kind of pull off and hammer back on from time to time. I do the same thing on my D. And the same thing on my C over G. I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life. All over my life. Do it again. I see your promises in. On the word in, go to C over G. Your fulfillment all over, walk down my life. All over my life. For verse 2 of the song, it's exactly the same as verse 1. We're going to start on that E minor. Help me remember D over F sharp when I'm weak. A minor. Fear may come, G, and fear will leave. E minor. You lead my heart to victory. That's a D over F sharp to G. A minor. You are my strength. E minor. And you always will be. So that was a D, and then back to G for the chorus again. For the bridge of the song, you're going to start on a C chord with kind of a straight feel. Or maybe this. See the cross, the empty grave, that's a D. The evidence, that's E minor, is endless. So on end, it's D over F sharp or D2 over F sharp. And then to a G. So here we go. C. See the cross, the empty grave. The evidence is endless. Repeat that again. All my sin rolled away because of you, oh Jesus. And then the second time through the bridge, you want to really pick up your strumming, but kind of keep that pulsing feel. So typically what I will do is I'll start to do, kind of get that emphasis on the downbeats. See the cross, the empty grave. The evidence is endless. All my sin rolled away because of you, oh Jesus. Oh. That little last part there is a C and then C6, which I just add the A note with my index finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. So I've got my C. I'm just going to add in my index finger on that A note. So it's, oh, I see the evidence of your goodness. And then you're back into the chorus. For the end of the song, you're playing a couple choruses, and then you're going to do the tag at the end, which is, why should I fear, the evidence is here. So here's the chords for that. Oh, why should I fear? So that was just that C over G again. And I'm playing my G, which is my 3rd and 4th fingers, muting the A string. Oh, why should I fear? Oh, the evidence is here. So that was G. Why should I? Right on the word I, you want to do the C over G and then right back to a G. And then walk down to your E minor. The evidence, and then play a D is here. And then for the last line of the song, there's actually not any acoustic. If you're playing by yourself, I typically just kind of finger pick a little bit. So here's the very last line of the song. Oh, why should I fear? Oh, the evidence is here. And then end on a G chord. So here's the entire ending of the song. Oh, why should I fear? Oh, the evidence is here. Oh, why should I fear? Oh, the evidence is here. So that's the song Evidence by Josh Baldwin. It's a great song to lead in a worship set. Hope this video has been beneficial for you, helpful. If so, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to keep updated on future posts. And have a great day.